Hey guys, welcome into Amanda's Favorites. Today I'm going to share with you how I've used a weekly planner as my daily for all those little daily tasks that you would normally list out in a daily planner. There are a lot of advantages to using a weekly planner as your daily if you don't need the space of an entire page. I have done this many times. I could name at least 5 planners that I've used a weekly as a daily planner, but my favorite one, hands down, has been this golden coil that I built. So I'm going to show you the layout option that I chose for that and why it's been my favorite hands down. I'm also going to show you 2 other layout options that I like using as a daily planner, but this is my favorite. If you are interested in all Golden Coil has to offer and all the details, I have an entire Golden Coil playlist that we will link down in the description. And if you're thinking of picking up a Golden Coil or any other planner and you're not already supporting another creator, consider using my affiliate link when you purchase. It only takes 1 click and it's the best way to say thank you if you find my content enjoyable or helpful. All right, without further ado, let's look at this well-used planner from 2020. Yes, kind of a memorable year for all of us now. These tabs are from Passion Planner. I do love to add tabs to my Golden Coil, and I have always used Passion Planner tabs, and they have always worked perfectly for me. I didn't have the January, February ones on here, and I can't remember why. If I ruined them, if I used them in another planner, I don't know why. But anyway, the rest of the tabs are on here, and they really help me. And Passion Planner has all different color schemes of tabs. The fun thing about Golden Coil is you can add whatever you want to your nameplate page. I ended up adding in about my word of the year. So I'm going to flip through here just a little bit so you can see, yeah, my days were really full because this was my daily planner. But I still was using an Erin Condren weekly at the time because I love for my weeks to have a vertical overview. And so I still had this on my desk to the left of me and this was to the right of me. And I could see my weekly overview. So that would just be timed things and the big things for the week to stand out, right? And this becomes the minutia for the week. This way I could get a good scope of it and when planning out big picture. And this was my daily planner. So why choose using a weekly as a daily planner? Number 1, if you tend to list out too many tasks that you can't get done in a day. So this was limiting my number of tasks, right? Let me show you what the layout looks like blank. You had just the left-hand side where you could separate like appointments and time slot things, and this could have been just your to-do list. And I did have some permanent appointments, violin lessons, allergy shots that I had printed on there from my iCal. You can actually use your iCal or Google Cal and upload all that to Golden Coil if you want those printed into your weeklies. So I do have a few of those on here, as you'll see. Saturday and Sunday are shared and a lot less space, as you can tell, but this still worked really well for me. I could always just pull out a notepad of paper for Saturday and Sunday if I had more tasks that fit on here. And generally that would just be for Saturday. But you can see how busy my days were, but this was enough room for me. You can see here a lot of times I listed out my 1, 2, 3 for the day and separated them by a line so they really stood out. If I had like an appointment or anything big going on, that would also go on this side. But sometimes you can see my to-dos would just spill over to this side too because I had so many. But this still limited how much I could write in a day because let's be honest, if it can't fit on 16 lines, so there's 8 lines here and 8 here, I just knew I was overbooking my day. So number 1, that's why you might want to use a weekly planner as your daily because you won't have to keep rewriting those daily tasks. You can quickly see if your day has filled up too much, then you have your whole week to look at with a scope of the whole thing and what's going on and where else you might put those tasks. When you're looking at just a daily page, then you are not seeing the scope of the week. You're not seeing other places to move those tasks. And most of the time in a daily planner, you are migrating and moving tasks almost every single day. And when I'm using a weekly as a daily like this, I find myself rarely like migrating a whole bunch of things. It's also really easy to look over it as a whole and say, what things did not get checked off this week? Right? And then just look at it as a whole of the week and say, where do I move those to next week? Or do they not need to be moved? Are they things that aren't important anymore? Or do they need to be moved to like a main monthly to-do list like I put in here every single month, right? So it just gives you the big picture rather than zooming in and just focusing on one day. I also loved to write up here like my top 3 for my channel work that week and my top 3 just for personal or home that week. I loved to have that up there. So I actually liked that big border at the top. Also, it gave me room to add in some sticker or some color. I love the 80-pound paper from Golden Coil. I find that my very favorite pen for the 80-pound paper in Golden Coil is a Pilot G207 in their blue. I just love the blue color of it. I love the really inky feel of it on this paper. It works so well. I love the way it shows up. Although you can't highlight right over a Pilot G2 because they smear a lot. That's why I have a love-hate relationship with it. So we're just gonna flip through some weeks that I used here and you'll see there's always room for stickers. I have room for my top 3s, and many days, I have room left open, and other days I don't. This was more just for memory keeping, like I said, because I don't use my monthly as a scheduler. Here's my monthly list, which even has room for just notes down here. Here's a week I was testing something else, just doing every day a different color. Obviously, I did not stick with that. And then highlighting like my top 3 for the day here is something I tried on this week, but I absolutely loved this. Now, you're going to say, Amanda, if you're using this, do you really need another weekly planner? I did at the time because I called this my daily and my Erin Condren was my weekly. I did not go pull out my 2020 Erin Condren. It would just be a lot for me to dig through. And I did not feel like going through that today. But yes, I still needed my weekly view to see my big stuff because the big stuff would get lost in all this minutia here. Right now, my life is a little bit too busy. My lists are a little bit too long and I need lots of space for notes on my daily page. So this would not work for me right now, but at this time in my life, it worked so perfectly. And I can see that at some point in my life, I will definitely come back to using a weekly as a daily. And by far, like I said, this layout has been my favorite. I love the room that it offers, the simplicity of it, the extra border at the top here. I love the Golden Coil paper. I love the Golden Coil that you can start any month you want and that there is so much you can customize about it. So this was my weekly used as a daily back in 2020. Now I'm going to show you 2 other Golden Coil layouts that I think work really well. Isn't that cover magnificent? That artist cover. Here's another one of their layouts. So you have Monday through Thursday on the left and you have a Friday through Sunday on the right with a little to-do list here. So this is maybe if you need less room in your day, because this one is giving you a lot more room with Monday, Wednesday on your left and then Thursday through Sunday on your right. If you have less tasks, this makes a perfect daily list planner. And of course, using the planner like this, yes, if you didn't need another weekly view, if you're not like me and you don't need a vertical weekly view to be able to get the scope of your week and get everything in your head, then these could be your only planner for sure. And that's just where you're combining your weekly and your daily. These layouts just work really well for having a lot of list room. So if you're someone who needs a lot of list room, whether you want to use it as your daily planner or whether it's your only planner and you're using it as your weekly planner, these have a lot of list room. You can actually add list pages to every week that would come in between every week or to every month like I did in this one. So there's a lot you can do to customize at Golden Coil. Here is another layout that I feel like upon first looking at, you might not think would make a great daily planner, but I have used this for my daily before. You have a weekly list room right here. So it's if you don't need to add in those extra pages for your monthly lists or weekly lists, this is enough room for you. And this is enough room for you daily. And if you don't need lines to write on, this works out really well because I love seeing Monday through Friday on the left and then separating the weekend, Saturday, Sunday on the right. You have that great border still up there. You get to pick what holidays are listed in your Golden Coil, or you can choose none if you don't want them cluttering up your week. But I also love how you can divide this right down the middle. And this could be like your appointments and top 3 for the day. And this could be just the rest of your daily list. If you needed 3 columns, you could even do that. So I also love this layout for a daily list. All right, guys, I'd love to hear down in the comments, have you ever utilized a weekly planner in this way where it truly is your daily list, your daily planner? I'd love to know which one you used. Let me know what you think about my favorite Golden Coil layout that I love to use as a daily planner. Just pulling this out right now gives me so many vibes from when I used it. It's just bringing back all the memories when I look through here, and it makes me just want to pick up this Pilot G207 and just start writing in here. This pen on this paper is golden. And there is something important you should note. I'm sure you saw when I had the Erin Condren open, but Golden Coil paper is a cream color. So you have to know that and know that you are okay with that before purchasing. Also, something else to note with Golden Coil is friction pens do erase the lines a little bit in a Golden Coil because of their printing, because pages are printed on demand as you pick your layout and you pick the order of your pages. It's a different kind of printer used than a planner that is just all printed and already planned. It does start to erase your line and blur it. Not a ton. That took a lot of erasing for me to do that there. If you're a friction pen user, I mean, I would honestly say I could still use a friction pen in here. It wouldn't bother me that much that my line gets a tiny bit erased, but you know what would bother you. So I just want to bring that up as I am talking about Golden Coil. All right, guys, share down in the comments below. And if you've never checked out Golden Coil and now you are intrigued, I have an entire playlist that you can check out. Thank you for spending your valuable time here with me today. I know there's a lot of places you could be. Let's all take a deep breath in together and out through the mouth. You've got this, guys. Whatever's going on in your life, just remember it's not permanent. And there is so much joy along with the trials. Look around, name that joy, and let's remember that our attitude and our gratitude can change our entire outlook. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.